We receive questions all the time from our members at Front Office Rocks, and I recently received one that made me think I should probably do a video about this. And the question was, how long should we give a new employee to learn her position, her or his position? And I talk about it a lot throughout the training at Front Office Rocks, but I really wanted to address it here in this video because I kind of feel that I understand the reason for the question, right? I understand that we want to know, should we give them 30 days, 60 days? When should they be up and running? But it kind of is short-sighted a little bit. And so I want to address it here so that I can make sure I kind of explain my thoughts with that. First of all, the way we train in a dental office many times is kind of throwing people to the wolves. So it's really hard to judge when somebody's going to be trained, when they're going to be done, when are they going to be doing their job fully, because we don't train well. What we tend to do in the dental office is throw a million things at them and expect them to comprehend them all. And the problem is when you throw too much at somebody, they can't get good at anything. They're never really going to fully learn how to do their job because we didn't train them right. So there's a process to training a new employee. You know, we know we need somebody in there right away to help us out, but I would rather slow down, or I suggest that you slow down and you train in gradients, you train in order, you give them small responsibilities first. Teach them the small things, let them get good at it, then move on to the next thing. Don't try to throw so many things at them at once. Let them actually learn something fully because everybody learns at a different speed. And we want to make sure that when we've actually taught somebody something, we know that they have comprehended it and can do it. So that's my first thought, is really taking a look at your own internal hiring process or training process, onboarding process, because there's no set time frame, because it really depends on the skills you want them to do. Instead, you should say, how long should it take for each skill? How long should somebody learn to do processing the mail? How long? That should be an hour, right? If that. How long should it take before somebody's good at answering the phones? Maybe that'll take a week or 2 weeks. How long should it be before somebody understands how to fully schedule into our schedule, right? So it's specific tasks. It's not a full job because we do everything in the dental office. The second part of this is recognizing, honestly, that we need to make sure that we are holding people accountable, checking in with them, training them, watching their process, watching their progress, because a lot of times we just throw, like I said, the new employee to the wolves and say, good luck, have fun. And we're not giving them feedback along the way. We're not checking in to make sure that they are learning. We are not checking in to give them feedback. You know, a new employee or any employee needs to know good and bad feedback. So we want to make sure that we are involved in the training process. And then lastly, it's super important that we realize you never really stop learning, right? We should never consider somebody fully trained because there's always more to learn. I mean, I'm still learning on a regular basis. I'm still going into these dental groups, going into leadership groups, going into management groups and learning every day. So I would hate to go into hiring and training somebody new and saying, you have 90 days, you have 120 days to learn your job, because I would rather incorporate a culture that believes in regular training, regular growth, that everybody is learning, and instead have specific tasks, responsibilities, and goals set around that versus just how long should we give them to learn their job.